the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live.
Hey, Bob, how are you? Well, essentially what I wanted to do was really pick your brain, because you're the only promoter that I know that's been able to promote big fights, pay-per-view fights in foreign countries. And you've done it recently with Manny Pacquiao. You took him to China. You've taken him to Australia. Most recently, he'll be in Malaysia. And there's a big fight on our hands. They're calling it the biggest fight of the decade in terms of heavyweights, and that's Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Wilder, as you know, has offered Joshua the $50 million that he asked for, and now Joshua is saying he'd rather take $15 million less to fight in the UK. How would a promoter such as yourself, how did you first of all do it in the past with Thriller? I mean, with Ali, you've taken him to different countries. So how had you done it in the past, and how could you get it done now in the future?
Well, the difference is, and frankly, is you have one fighter, Joshua, who is an absolute huge draw in his country. He puts 70 and 80,000 people in an arena, in a stadium, to watch him fight. He's done that consistently. And you got the other fighter, Wilder, who has not been nearly as effective a draw in the United States. I mean, I'm not talking about who was a better fighter, who isn't a better fighter. I'm talking about who draws. And Joshua is a proven draw. And it would be really folly for Hearns to consider Joshua fighting outside of the UK on a major fight. In other words, if you have been able throughout Joshua's career to get huge crowds to watch him in the United Kingdom, you don't give them a thumb in the eye by taking Joshua outside of England, outside the UK, for the biggest fight of his career. So this is different from a situation where you had Ali and Fraser, and because the Philippine government put up a lot of money, you went to Manila, or other fights where you did in South Africa or other places in the world. This is a fight where a guy, a huge draw in his country, but a really huge draw. Those crowds, I was there when he fought Parker in Cardiff, and there were over 80,000 people in that indoor stadium. And they're fervent fans, and I would suggest that Wilder make the best deal possible and fight that fight over in the UK.
Now, at the time that you made Frazier and Ali, were there not competing venues offering site fees? How did you ultimately land in the Philippines?
Because the Philippines put up more money than was even conceivable any place in the United States.
And did they just do that on their own, or did you reach out?
No, they did it on their own.
So the interest has to be there from the government.
Right, and the same thing with when King did the Rumble in the Jungle, Ali and Foreman in Zaire. It was the government in Zaire that put up this enormous amount of money that allowed that fight to happen. This is completely different from that.
In the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.